Good morning, afternoon, evening, whatever time you are watching this training. I was going to go live in the Facebook group for this training, but I'm having some technical difficulties, so I'm just going to record the training and publish it in the group. And if you guys have any questions, just put them in the comment section below. I will answer your questions. So this training is on the accounting and bookkeeping standard operating procedures for your business. So if you don't know who I am Clarissa Wilson. I am a financial strategist for online business owners. I want to help you make sure that everything you do for your accounting and your bookkeeping in your business is the way that it should be. Now, I am also based in the US, so if we have any questions about stuff that's based in another country, I most likely cannot answer that. I apologize in advance, but I'm based in the US, so I know the US laws and regulations. I am an accountant. I am an auditor for the government. I have 3 college degrees in accounting, 2 masters, both in forensic accounting, which if you don't know what forensic accounting is, it's fraud, and a bachelor's in just accounting. So let's just dive into this month's training. This is what we're going to be covering. What should actually be in your standard operating procedures? Who needs a copy of your standard operating procedures? And you creating your own SOP. Basically, an SOP is the toolbox of your business. So the way that I see it, the way that I like to explain it is the guide for how you do certain things in your business. Obviously, you should have a separate SOP for each different area of your business. So accounting and bookkeeping should have one of their own, which that's all we're covering today is accounting and bookkeeping. I don't consider myself an expert in any of the other topics, so I don't talk about any of the other things. But there's things like your email list, your marketing, your sales, basically everything you do in your business. So the easiest way to create most of your SOPs is going to be to sit down and talk yourself through how you do each process. So for the accounting and bookkeeping, we're going to walk through that, so you don't have to sit down and do that. But I'll use the example of social media posting. So what do? You sit down to start creating and just write out that entire process. I like to use Google Docs because they're easily shared. You can use a Word doc, you can use whatever works for you. But you want to write down the entire process. So from start to the end. So social media posting, when you pick your topic. How do you do that? Write down everything, how you create your images, what's included in your social media post, and then all the way to either posting it or scheduling to post it. Same with your email list. What do you do for emailing? Like all of that, everything in the order, the way that you do it. That's what SOPs are. They are the toolbox of your business. And as a business owner, you really should have them at least written out so that they're in place in case something does happen to you, or you start building a team and you can easily just give them your SOP so that they can do things the way that you want them done the first time. So in your accounting and bookkeeping SOP, what should actually be included? So I have your bank information. What you list for your bank information on your SOP is completely up to you, but I would definitely list at least where your main bank is and where any other banks are. Like even just the bank name just so that it's there, so that people know. And as an online business owner, most of us also have PayPal and Stripe, so you would want to include those as well. If you have the password and username written somewhere else, that is perfectly fine. You don't have to include them in your SOP, but they do need to be easily accessible in case something does happen to you and someone needs this information. And the next one is your tax information. So what type of business are you? Are you a sole proprietor, an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp, a nonprofit? Like, that information should be in there. Your EIN should be in there. And getting an EIN is free. All you have to do is go to the IRS website and apply to get an EIN. Make sure you get it from the IRS website. You shouldn't have to pay to get an EIN. It is free. So if you find a site that's making you pay to get one, you're not in the right place. Tax information, your EIN, your business type, anything else that goes into your tax information. So do you make estimated tax payments? Put the dates that your estimated tax payments are due. Let's see, what else for tax information? That's what's coming up for right now. Your filing system. So do you print a copy of everything and file paper copies of everything in a filing cabinet? Or do you keep everything electronic? Both options are perfectly fine. No judgment on any of them. I personally prefer everything electronic, and then list out the directions of your filing system. So if you make everything electronic, where are you saving it? Where are you creating a PDF of every single email receipt you receive and putting them in a file? That's what I actually suggest, but however you do it should be written out as your filing system. The next one, paying yourself. How often are you going to pay yourself? Because you should definitely have a separate bank account from your business so that you can pay yourself and send yourself money to your personal bank account. Whether you do it once a week, whether you do it every 2 weeks, whether you do it once a month. All of that is perfectly okay. Just create a regular schedule for paying yourself and put it in your SOP. How often are you paying yourself? How much are you paying yourself? The next one, paying your contractors and employees. Similar to paying yourself, how often are you paying them? Since an SOP can easily be updated and changed, I would actually list out the contractors and employees that you have to pay and the amount that you pay them and the date that you pay them. Because sometimes you'll be paying them once a month, sometimes you might be paying them every week. It depends on who you have working with you. So include that in your SOP. Your sales system. And what I mean by your sales system is where do you create payment links, payment buttons? Where do you go to create those? Where are all of your sales pages? Do you have a way to easily find every single sales page that you have? Basically, the sales system, in my mind, is how you receive money in your business. Because we're talking about the accounting and bookkeeping here. So how do you actually receive money in your business? That's what I see your sales system as. Then your bookkeeping system. So what program are you using for your bookkeeping? Are you using QuickBooks, FreshBooks, any of those? Are you using a spreadsheet? Just list it out. Say how you do it, how often you do it, any of that stuff. All of that needs to be listed on your SOP, like how often you do it. What sites do you need to use? where can I find what I need to be able to get the bookkeeping done, get your filing done, paying yourself, paying your contractors, employees, creating a new payment button, and then your financial statement analysis. This should really be done every month. You need to look at your financial statement to see where you've been spending your money. How much money is coming in versus how much money is going out. All of that needs to be done on a regular basis. And what I mean by regular basis is at least monthly, because you should be having your bookkeeping done every month and then look at your financial statement at the end of the month to see what's going on. So, who needs a copy of your SOP? Where do you store it? First of all, you as the business owner need a copy of the SOP. So, because in my experience, accounting and bookkeeping is the main important task of your business that gets forgotten, it gets ignored. It's just something that doesn't get done regularly because this stuff stresses you out. It's not something that's fun. It's not something that's easy for most people. So when you have the SOP, it makes it a little bit easier to follow it. But the other thing is, when you have the SOP and it's already in place, when you hire people on your team to be able to help you with this stuff, you can easily give them a copy of your SOP so they have the information that you already have for your business. It's easily accessible to them and they know exactly what they need to do. And if they have questions on the SOP, it's easy to ask those questions. And where do you store it? Like I said, I use Google Docs, so I have everything stored inside my Google Drive. I have a separate folder just for SOPs, so it makes it easy to be able to grab whichever one I need. So creating your own SOP. Based on this training, and I have a blog post as well at clarissaawilson.com/standard-operating-procedures. I will link that in the comments about this as well. But I also have an example SOP that you can get as part of my bookkeeping toolkit, and all you have to do is plug in your own information in this SOP. Most of it's already set up for you, so all you have to do is plug in your own information. And then, do you guys have any questions? Is there anything that I didn't explain clearly enough? Is there something that just doesn't make sense to you? Let me know. I want to know. I want to make sure that you guys know what you're doing and you have your own SOP in place for your accounting and bookkeeping to help your business run better.